Good evening, my name is Michelle Foster, and this evening my speech will be on cell phones in high schools. Recently, I visited my grandson's high school and instantly became aware of almost every student I passed were on their cell phones. But it wasn't just in the halls, it was in the classroom as well. Most of the students were totally unaware of what was going on around them and their surroundings, and there was almost no contact from students I met during my visit. And on my drive home, I thought about how things have changed since I was in high school, and the loss of communication I noticed during my visit. The respectful eye-to-eye contact was almost non-existent, as well as the interaction between students. Like many of us, I could see how cell phones could contribute to the lack of communication, disrespect, and lower academic scores in schools. Cell phones are replacing the importance of communication, respect, and the academic success in our children. Several things concerned me after my visit to my grandson's high school. The first thing that jumped out at me was the lack of communication between students because they were on their cell phones. Students were unaware of what was going on around them. They were staring at their cell phones while walking in the halls, and many students had replaced earbuds with the sound of personal communication. Students are lacking the ability to communicate today. A research done by Pew Research titled Teens and Mobile Phones states, text messaging has become the most frequent form of communication with friends. Is that? Students are more concerned about social media than talking to their classmates, and texting has replaced one-on-one communication between peers. Students are struggling today with social interaction. Not only did I notice the distraction caused by cell phones, but I also noticed the disrespect that it caused by these devices. Students are totally ignoring their teachers in the classrooms today. According to Pasi Sahlberg, a professor of education, writes that teachers are upset that they must serve as police officers, hunting down misusers and those who violate classroom and school rules regarding cell phones. And students seem to be more interested in their cell phones and participating in the classroom interactions. Cell phones are also being used for cyberbullying in our schools. Most students have experienced or will experience cyberbullying with the use of cell phones in schools. Cyberbullying has been linked to suicides among students. And according to Jean Twenge, an American psychologist who wrote an article in The Atlantic, which states, teen depression and suicides have skyrocketed since 2011 due to smartphones. Twenge believes that cyberbullying has contributed to teen suicides. Inappropriate images are also being sent from cell phones to classmates. Students are disrespecting their teachers while using cell phones during class. Dwight Scholar College of Education published an article written by Anita Charles, who is the director of teacher education. These devices seem to be a pervasive disruption to the purpose of functioning of classrooms. Lastly and most concerning is the academic grades that students are lacking due to cell phone use in high schools. Students are missing important material required for testing. Cell phones are contributing to cheating in schools, and students with failing grades are more likely to drop out of school. Cheating causes a student to have a poor understanding of the material in the future, and cell phones also prevent students from focusing on assignments. Although there are many things that contribute to declining grades, most agree that cell phones are a contributing factor to the worrisome problem in our high schools. However, Greg Kulog, a classroom tech for teachers, believes that since cell phones are already present in the classrooms and on students, why not transform them into a learning device, which could be useful for teachers and students as well. Although most agree that cell phones in high schools are essential for emergency contact between students and parents, and that cell phones could be a great learning tool in our high schools, many are provided how to properly monitor if the cell phones are being used for this purpose in the classroom, or does it contribute to the decline in the academic scores in our school?